My dears, today we are going to discuss the respiration, types of respiration. You know the respiration, but there are types. There is stages involved in the respiration, that is types. Okay? Yeah, respiration types mean stages. Stages of the respiration. That is external respiration, internal respiration and cellular respiration. Okay, this is the class about the 10th standard foundation about biology NEET level, foundation for NEET level. Okay, yes, this is what respiration. Respiration, as you know, there is a utilization of oxygen by the food product which is glucose converted into the energy which is ATP and byproduct carbon dioxide. Yeah, here glucose, it is 6 carbon chain, they can utilize oxygen and gives the energy in the form of ATP, and byproduct they can give CO2 also. This is oxygen they can carry into the cell, this is the cell, by the blood can carry this oxygen into the cell. This is the blood we can call oxygenated blood, and this oxygenated blood, when it is reach the cell, that is the oxygenated blood turn into the deoxygenated blood. So, deoxygenated blood, how it is done? The utilization of carbon dioxide, they can dissolve in the blood plasma, and they can carry forward through the blood cell also. Okay, this is about deoxygenated blood and oxygenated blood. Okay, yes, and this is about respiration. The oxygen carry forward into the cell, right? There are stages in this process. That are the stages we can types: external respiration, internal respiration and cellular respiration. This is the equation. This glucose converted into the energy is going to take place in the cellular respiration only. What's going on before that? We will going to discuss about it. Okay, oxygen first. Oxygen. Who produce oxygen? Plants or trees environment. Plants, they can produce oxygen. Plants produce oxygen. If the plants produce oxygen, they can mix up with air, right? That is called atmosphere. In the atmosphere, oxygen generated by the plants. This is the generated oxygen. We can inhale the oxygen, right? Any animal or human, they can inhale the oxygen which is in the atmosphere. Oxygen we can inhale. Human take the oxygen that reach human trachea first. From the nostrils they can reach trachea. Trachea is the gas tube in the, they can connect with the mouth tube. Gas tube is the trachea. From the trachea they can reach lungs. In the lungs they can fill alveolus in the lungs. From the lungs. Alveolus From the alveolus they can reach blood. From the blood they can reach finally tissue. Tissue give the oxygen, utilize the oxygen, give the energy in the form of ATP and CO2. This is the pathway where oxygen enter of oxygen and exit of carbon dioxide. This is the oxygen converted into carbon dioxide finally in the tissue. This is the pathway where the oxygen enter and exit. So, in this pathway there are steps are there, involvement of steps. First, external respiration. External respiration. External respiration. What's going on in this external respiration? Just look into this step. From the lungs, in the lungs there is a alveoli. Alveoli, finally the blood can reach from the alveoli. Okay, the blood can reach from the alveolus. So just look into this. This is the lungs. Lungs, the functional unit of the lung is alveolus. Okay, from the alveolus, just look into here. This is the gas, they can reach alveoli sac. Alveoli sac, gas filled, oxygen filled, that is okay, but that is the oxygen can reach blood. So there is a oxygen, such oxygen they can enter into the blood from the alveolus. Okay, from the alveolus they enter into the blood. This is the respiration we can call, mean the oxygen which is enter into the blood and the carbon dioxide they can exit from the blood to the alveolus. The exchange between the blood vessel and alveolus called external respiration. External respiration. And if we come to the external respiration here, just look into here, the stage of the first step is external respiration. And next, internal respiration. Internal respiration. Just look into here. Just the blood, when the oxygen reach blood, that can be enter into the tissue, right? The internal respiration, where internal respiration here, internal respiration between the blood and tissue, between the blood and tissue. First, it can be reach blood vessel, this is the blood vessel, they can carry oxygen into tissue, this is the tissue, the oxygen reach the tissue cells, from the tissue the CO2 they can absorb the blood, CO2 enter into the blood vessel. This is the respiration we can call internal respiration. internal respiration. So, we come across the external respiration and internal respiration, right? Yeah. What about cellular respiration? If the oxygen reach this tissue, this is the cell, what is going to happen in this cell? This is utilize the oxygen called cellular respiration. Cell utilize the oxygen called cellular respiration. How it is utilized? In the cell, the glucose molecule are there as a food particle, a simple food particle called glucose molecule. This is utilize the oxygen and the release ATP and byproduct which is CO2. The utilization of oxygen in the cellular level called cellular respiration. So, we completed external respiration between the lungs and the blood, and internal respiration from the blood to tissue, and cellular respiration within the tissue. These are three stages involved in the respiration. Okay? Yes, cool. Yeah, external respiration ho gayi, internal respiration and cellular respiration. Okay? Yep. Next. Yeah. It is about a definition of external respiration, exchange of gases between the external environment and the lungs, alveoli. Steps: inhalation of oxygen rich air, oxygen moves from the alveoli to the blood, CO2 from the blood to alveoli, and exhalation of CO2. Okay? Breathing of pulmonary ventilation, we can call it as breathing of pulmonary ventilation. So, if you breathe, CO2 is exit out and oxygen is enter into the blood. This is about inhalation of oxygen, exhalation of CO2. This is the process going to take place in the external respiration. Okay. Okay? Yes. Internal respiration. Internal respiration nothing but the exchange of gas between the blood vessel and body tissue. Nothing but what I said. Steps: oxygen in the blood diffuses into the blood cells, body cells, and the carbon dioxide from the cell diffuses into the blood. And function: supply oxygen cells and move to the carbon dioxide. Of course, this is internal respiration. The oxygen enter into the cells, from the cells the carbon dioxide exit into the blood vessel. This is the process called diffusion. Diffusion between blood vessel and tissue. The oxygen from the blood to tissue, oxygen reach, from the tissue to blood, carbon dioxide reach. This is about the internal respiration. And a cellular respiration, this is the breakdown of glucose molecule, the oxygen molecule, release carbon dioxide and water and energy. Just look into this. Okay? Yes. So, this is what about this direction of carbon dioxide, glucose and oxygen turn into the carbon dioxide, water and energy. Yep. And the definition of the cellular respiration. Yeah, the process by which the cells break down the glucose to produce energy where it is happen inside the mitochondria of the cell. Mitochondria is the cell organelle. In the mitochondria, this reaction is going to take place. This is aerobic respiration, and the general equation is this: 6 carbons and 12 oxygen, 6 carbon, 12 hydrogen, 6 oxygen, that is glucose. This is oxygen, release carbon dioxide, water and energy, ATP. This is active process. Yeah, the features: external respiration, internal respiration and cellular respiration. Location: lungs and environment, which is lungs and blood. Yeah, blood and tissues, internal respiration. This is inside the cells. Main process: gas exchanger, here energy produced. Involves alveoli and hair, capillary blood vessels and enzymes of the mitochondria. This is about the brief about these conditions 3. Yeah, recap. Yeah, you have to try this. Between the lungs and air, external. Internal is between the blood and the tissue, and cellular respiration inside the cells and food, they can release energy. This is very simple. Yeah, yeah, guys, you have to apply this process into the real life. Real life, you can breathe fast during the exercise, increase the external and internal respiration. Of course, the muscle cramp and anaerobic cellular respiration going to take place. If oxygen completely consumed in the exercise, the anaerobic respiration started. Okay, mitochondria provide the powerhouse. Who is the powerhouse? Powerhouse of cell is called mitochondria. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. This is all over a small topic for you guys. I hope you guys understand. Thank you so much.